and another crisis seems to have hit the strife-torn state of Manipur. In the latest update, the Manipur government has clamped prohibitory orders across 5 Imphal Valley districts from Saturday late night until further orders following protests in the wake of arrests of Meitei group Arambai Tenggol leaders. Orders issued by the district magistrate Imphal West inform, whereas Superintendent of Police Imphal West has reported serious breach to peace, disturbance to public peace, riot or fray in the area and grave danger to human lives and properties due to unlawful activities of antisocial elements. The orders also inform prohibition on assembly of 5 or more persons carrying of sticks, stones, firearms, sharp weapons under subsection 2 of the section 163 BNSS. Prohibition of any persons outside their respective residences from June 7th effective 10 p.m. until further orders under subsection 1 of section 163 BNSS has been issued for Imphal East district. Total curfew is however imposed in Bishnupur district. On Sunday morning, situation remained tense. Security has been enhanced along the roads leading to the Raj Bhavan with additional deployment of central forces. And on this story, to get the latest updates, we have with us our correspondent from Imphal, Mubashir Raje, and we will be speaking to him over a telephonic conversation as to how the situation spiraled and what the current situation is in Manipur at the moment. Good afternoon, Mubashir. Thank you so much for joining us on HornbillTV. Well, Mubashir, another crisis seems to have hit your state again, Manipur, and while the whole India was thinking that some sort of normalcy is returning to the state of Manipur, another thing has happened. So could you give us more details, because the reports say that the whole incident that happened last night and early morning today spiraled out of a rumor that some Arambai Tenggol members had been arrested and that these arrested members were supposed to be flown out to other states. So what is the actual detail of why the protest started late at night and the protesters nearly marched towards the Raj Bhavan, and also how is the security deployment at the moment in and around the Raj Bhavan area?
Well, Akibito, the last yesterday around 1:30 p.m. The report already came that some Arambai members have been arrested by police.
Yes.
However, it was not confirmed, but the situations became abnormal during the night time around 10 p.m. only.
Yes.
About that time, some sources said that some 5 Arambai members have already been arrested by the police, and they are probably in connection with some charges filed by some central agency. However, after that, the protester comes out in large numbers in different parts of Imphal city and other valley areas, and protesters started burning down and arsoning and all the sort of stuff. Later on, the administration decided to clamp down curfew and also decided to use this complete internet ban in the state.
Yes.
However, after that, the Arambai itself, the group Meitei group Arambai itself also declared 10 days ban for the entire state.
Yes.
As far as the security arrangement is concerned, right now the entire Imphal city is, entire Imphal city looks deserted. No shops are opening. No, no business establishments are opening at the moment. However, just today morning, just a while ago, some MLAs, some 23 MLAs belonging to both BJP and Congress, visited to this Raj Bhavan. And they probably met the governor, and the governor have given assurance to them that the Arambai members were arrested in connection with some other personal issues, not relating with the Manipur violence related issue, or as such they belong to Arambai. That is what the governor told to this MLAs. However, at the moment, curfew is in place in the entire Valley district. Internet is banned and normal life barely affected. Yes, Akibito.
All right, Mubashir, we are also hearing some grave reports that during the protest that took place last night, there were a lot of commotion there in which there were some reports of injuries. There was also reports of injuries from the journalist side. So how far is that true? And also, is the situation getting any better than last night, or is there at the moment is peace prevailing?
At At the moment, there is no report of untoward incident. At the moment, the situation is relatively calm and peaceful at the moment. However, as far as your question about injuries of some media person, yes, some two media persons sustained injury when they were covering the incident last night. Yes. And other than that, some protesters, many protesters, some 3 protesters have been, injured. I think the number will be much larger, but so far as the number we got, official, or so far as the number we got, some 3 individuals, some protesters also sustained injury. But at the moment, the relative calm at the moment in Delhi. Yes.
All right, now Mubashir, now coming to the main demands of those that protested last night, what are the main demands from the protesters? It has been alleged that most of the protesters that were present there at last night's protest belong to the group Arambai Tenggol. So what is their demand to the state government, or rather, since it's not the government anymore and Manipur is under president's rule, what is their demands to the administration? Because we have learned that during the protest, even the Mira Paibis were involved in the protest. So what are the major demands of the protesters at the moment?
Well, according to these protesters, some 5 members of Arambai Tenggol have been arrested by the police, and they said that they wanted the arrested members to be released without any conditions. However, according to sources, this arrested people have already been found to other states, particularly maybe to Guwahati, I think. But at the moment, there is no official statement from either from the NIA or from the CBI, two central agencies which is suspected to have behind the arrest of these 5 Arambai Tenggol members. But protesters are demanding probably the release of these 5 Arambai Tenggol members because it becomes such an emotional issue in the Manipur Valley, particularly in Valley area, when members of this Arambai Tenggol are arrested. So the situation get out of control very quickly in Manipur, as it always. But by and large, since morning, there is relative calm. Yes, there are some blockages of road in areas like this airport road area, like Phek, in other area like this Koirengdai. Some road blockages are still there here and there, but by and large, there is no report of untoward incident at the moment. Yes, Akibito.
All right, Mubashir, regarding the same incident, I want to talk to you about something else, and that is during the protest that took place last night, we had Manipur's lone Rajya Sabha member, Laishamba Sanajauba, who is also the titular head of Manipur. He is also lovingly called the Maharaja Laishamba Sanajauba, in which when he spoke, there have been reports where he spoke to the Indian Army or the armed forces, stating that we have tried our best to maintain our peace, but how can we maintain peace if you keep doing, if you act like this? Please arrest me and the MLA present. So can you give us more details as to what Laishamba Sanajauba's role was there, and also which was the MLA who was present with Laishamba Sanajauba last night during the protest site?
No MLA was present at the protest site as such, but yes, the Rajya Sabha member Laishamba Sanajauba along with some MLAs have went to the Raj Bhavan and they met the governor. Governor probably give appraisals of the situations and the situation in which Arambai Tenggol's members have to be arrested. However, at the moment, as we came to know through the his social media handles and other accounts, that the Rajya Sabha member Mr. Laishamba Sanajauba along with other MLAs were trying to carry out some kind of understanding with either with the governor or with the central government to release those arrested Arambai Tenggol members. However, at the moment there is no official confirmation as such whether Laishamba Sanajauba on which ground this Rajya Sabha members wanted Arambai Tenggol members to be released, or in what are the terms and conditions they have in which there was the talk was going on between the, Manipur legislature of Manipur and not legislature, but the MLAs of Manipur and the governor. But yes, meeting took place today around 11 a.m. till noon time. The meeting took place between this some around 23 MLAs of Manipur, including Laisemba Sarajauba, who is the Pentagon member and titular king of Manipur, along with Security Advisor Mr. Kuljit Singh and other high-ranking officers, along with the Governor of Manipur, Mr. Ajay Kumar Bhalla. So the minute of the meeting is not available at the moment because there is no press release from the Raj Bhavan at the moment. However, meeting took place, yes. People are taking it as a positive step in bringing that normalcy at the moment, at least at the moment. Yes, Akivita.
All right, Mubashir, now coming back to the Arambai Tenggol, I mean, if you go to, it has been widely known that the founder of the Arambai Tenggol is the MP, Rajya Sabha MP Sarajauba, and he has openly proclaimed that the Arambai Tenggol is a group that was formed to preserve the identity, culture, traditions of the Meitei people. Well, last month itself, when he was speaking at an event, he had said that the Arambai Tenggol is always there and is ready to defend the territory, or rather to defend the values, customs and traditions of the Manipuris if it comes to that situation. Do you think, and also the other part is the Arambai Tenggol only came into the picture when violence broke out in May 2023. What is the move? How has the movement of the Arambai Tenggol, has it decreased or increased in this particular juncture? And also, is it true that the Arambai Tenggol in the month of February, in one single day, submitted the largest amount of weapons in a day?
Yes, Akivito, since the president who's imposed in Manipur, Arambai Tenggol, even surrender a large number of weapons,
yes.
Weapons, and after that, they are mostly engaged in some, in fact, in recent Manipur floods, Arambai Tenggols were active for their relief measures.
Yes.
So, of course, during the last 4 or 5 months, there is no association of them with, violence-related incidents.
Yes.
So there is some kind of acceptance, at least in the valley area. And the fact that, central government or the state government, there is no declaration of Arambai Tenggol as unlawful organizations or anything like that. Yes. So we cannot also say that, until and unless, either the state government or central government said that this is certain group and this things like that, we cannot also say that, the activities of Arambai, whether Arambai Tenggols have been increased or decreased. But yes, in recent past, they have, played a great role in, providing relief-related measures to the flood-affected victims, and in some way which led to the, which led to their, being close to the public sentiment, at least in valley area. That is what happened in last 3 or 4 months. As far as whether who founded Arambai Tenggols, what are their role, etc., etc. All these are very, very complex and long debated issues. Yes, Akibita.
All right. Now talking about another incident, just a few weeks back, Manipur was drowning in floods and landslides, and we had seen reports where even the capital of Manipur, Imphal, was basically under deluge. What is the situation right now? And also regarding the Jawaharlal Nehru Institute of Medical Sciences, it was closed due to water overlogging, and then it was closed, and then they had to send out the blood units to RIMS so that they can temporarily hold stock of the blood units that were available. What is the current situation there in Imphal West, where JNIMS has now been shut down? Is there any chance of JNIMS opening up anytime soon? And also, what is the flood-like situation in Manipur? Is it subduing or is it increasing?
Well, Akibito, the situation has improved, but Imphal East is the most affected by the recent flood, and the many localities, the water are still logging in many localities of Imphal at the moment.
Yes.
And the public sentiment is anger and frustration against the government at the moment because as there is no popular government, and even though yes the authorities have authorities and particularly armies have tried to provide many relief measures. Yes. There are still discontentment among the people, and there are lots of anger and discontentment, particularly among the people in Imphal East areas. And there are many areas which are still, which are still not in a condition to be, where we can declare it is a completely normal, like, Kurai area, like Pengang area, and like this Wangpei area. There are many areas where, still water are being logged, and people, many houses are, damaged by the flood, and many standing crops are damaged by the flood. So, on one hand, people are angry with the authority in some way or other. Yes, Akib, back to you.
All right, now, Mubashir, coming back to a very different topic. Just last month, there was a major political development in which around 44 MLAs or elected leaders in the Manipur Legislative Assembly had signed a petition in which they had gone to meet the governor, Mr. Ajay Kumar Bhalla, and they had gone to form a popular government. But over time, we have been noticing this fact that every time there is a major development or a process taking place that could help Manipur in this strife-torn time, certain incidents like protests that happened last night or certain incidents of antisocial elements doing antisocial activities, they spoil the peace process, or rather any major developing factor that could change the situation in Manipur. Now, even MP Sana Jauba had stated that the popular government could be formed in 1 month, and in the last few weeks, we had seen leaders who had gone to meet the governor of Manipur stating that the governor has listened to us and now the decision lies in the BJP central command. Do such protest sites like this, do such incidences like this hamper such processes, and do you think this is only going to do bad for the citizens of Manipur in the end?
Well, Akibito, there is tremendous pressure upon the MLAs, particularly BJP MLAs, to form to choose a new leader after N. Biren Singh resigned from his chief minister post. But so far they haven't been able to choose leader, and they are overly reliable on central government. They have in fact held a series of meetings. First one being at Mr. Biswajit residence, and other one being at BJP headquarters and at other locations. But so far they have failed to form a consensus. So right now they haven't been able to form a consensus or they haven't to choose a leader for the party. And the central government, as far as central government is concerned, with the way things are emerging, and the yesterday incident including. So the central government probably looking at the situation and the major feeling at the moment now is the president rule might continue in Manipur for some more time, but the demand for popular government is increasing for every passing day. There is particularly in Berry area, there is a great demand from the different quarter, be it civil society organization or be it general public. Everybody wanted popular government in the state. However, the failure of the BJP legislature to bring out a consensus for their leadership, people are saying that the sources are saying that the BJP MLAs are divided in two camps at the moment. One is pro Biren Singh camp and another is anti Biren Singh camp, probably headed by Mr. This Speaker of Manipur. So at the moment, they have also failed to form a consensus among themselves, and other than that, the pressure is already high among them. Yes, Akibito, back to you.
All right, Mubashir, thank you so much for giving us all the latest details as to the current incident or latest incident that occurred last night next to the Raj Bhavan's area, and also telling our viewers as to what the situation at the current moment currently is. Thank you so much. Well, that was our correspondent, Mubashir Raje. Speaking all the way from Imphal, he has just informed that last night there was a protest in which the protesters had the demand in which the armed forces according to a rumor, rather, it was then confirmed later in the night that about 5 Arambai Tenggol members had been arrested, in which the protesters wanted the armed forces to release the 5 Arambai Tenggol members. But then, as our reporter just updated, that a delegation of Manipuri leaders along with the Rajya Sabha member Sanajauba Laisham, they had gone to visit the Governor of Manipur, Ajay Kumar Bhalla, and the governor has informed the leaders that the arrests were not in relation to the Manipur violence that erupted from May 2023, but rather this was for a different case in which the leaders would have had to understand such a situation. Well, our correspondent Mubashir on the latest as to whether there will be a formation of a popular government in Manipur stated that at the moment there is a dilemma over choosing a consensus candidate among the 44 MLAs that had signed or pledged to support or rather form a popular government, which they had said that the people of Manipur direly needed. Well, Hornbill TV will get you all the latest updates regarding the situation in Manipur and all the states in the northeast. So for more news like this, keep watching Hornbill TV.